Yes, now everyone, welcome back to another video here on the domsballchat channel. And today we're back with a video I did last season as well, and we're going to be putting every single A-League club home kit into a tier and rank them. Obviously, we don't have all the kits Canberra United yet to release their kits as well, so thought we might as well just kick off with the home kits in this video. I do apologize for the lack of uploads recently. I have been on a lot of holidays recently, but we're back. The A-League season's just about to kick off. I've got a lot of content planned over this upcoming season, so stay tuned to the channel because we're going to be doing watch-alongs. We're going to be doing a heap more content here, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed, and let's get into the kit ranking video without further ado. Alright, let's get into ranking these kits. We're just going with the basic structure. We got the S, A, B, C, D tier. And let's just do this in alphabetical order. And let's kick it off with Adelaide United. They do have a decent kit this year. A very dark red, very dark compared to previous seasons with Adelaide. I am a bit in between in it, and that's why I'm going to put it right in that B tier. I'm neither a massive fan or don't like it. I think it's just a basic kit, red and white. I do like that they've whited out everything on the kit, so I do enjoy that. But I don't know, for me, it's just kind of in the middle, that Adelaide United kit. So I can't put it any higher than B, but I don't think I can put it any lower than B. So B is exactly where it's going to end up in this video. Next up, let's go with the new kids on the block, Auckland FC. And for me, they have dropped an absolute banger, Auckland FC. And alright, first season in the league, and in my opinion, they've come out with a top 3 kit in the league, and I'm going to put them in A tier. I absolutely love this kit. The classic blue and black, kind of Inter Milan-esque. I do like the big anchor sponsor on it. I'm a bit in between on the badge colors, especially on the kit. Maybe they could have gone with an all-white badge as well, but it is their first season, so you'd want the normal badge to be on there. Look, I really do like this kit. I don't know. I'm just a massive fan of this kit. I can't put it any lower than A. Not enough to put S tier in my opinion. There is a couple of things I would have liked to see, maybe that all-white badge on it. But I'm a massive fan, and A tier is where I'm going to put Auckland FC for their first ever home kit in the A-League. Next up, Brisbane Roar, and it's a kind of throwback inspired kit. Obviously, this is the 20th season of the A-League, and obviously the Brisbane Roar have been all around for that whole time as well. Although they were known as Queensland Roar when the competition did first start, but they have thrown it back. They've drawn a lot of inspiration from that inaugural kit, and I quite like it actually. At first it didn't really appeal to me that much. I was like, maybe you should have gone with a bit duller colors. But the more I kind of look at it, the more I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it that much that I'm going to put it in A tier. I am really liking this kit. I don't know if it's just that nostalgic feeling around that kit, but I really do like it. And the fact that they've kind of incorporated that blue with the logo, it's two-tone. I really do like the kit. I don't know whether, I don't know. I just like it, and they've gone with that new kit distributor as well, Seekers, and I don't know. I like it. I think they're off to a good start, and obviously the rest of their kits as well, which we'll do in another video. The absolute bangers. Next kit we're coming on to is the Central Coast Mariners, and it's very similar to last season's kit in my opinion. Obviously the reigning premiers, maybe they want to stick with that kind of same kit that brought them so much joy last season in that treble winning season. But for me, I would have liked to see a bit of something different. And for that reason, I'm going to put it smack bang in the middle. I'm going to put it in B tier. Do I like it more than the Adelaide kit? Probably not. So it's going to stay in B tier. I I don't know. I think I would have liked a bit more of a challenging kit for the Mariners. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they could have gone with some throwback palm trees on the kit as well for their 20th anniversary. Yeah, I don't know. I look, it's a mid kit for me in my opinion. I did like the one last year more than this year's in my I do think last year's was a better looking kit, but I don't know. Yeah, this year's just mid for me in my opinion. Next up we have Macarthur FC. And unfortunately for Macarthur, they're going to be the first team in the C tier. Look, they've tried something. I'm not going to hate on them for that. They've tried something with this kit, that kind of slash lightning design across the kit. I obviously have their last season's kit right behind me. I do enjoy that kit. I really don't. I actually really like that kit, in my opinion. I think that was one of the best kits from last season. But I don't know, this kit just doesn't mesh well, in my opinion. The gold, yes, they've done it with the sponsor and the cuffs and the collar. It's, I don't know. I think they're trying to do too much with this kit, Macarthur. Obviously, they're coming off the back of an Australia Cup win as well, so who knows? If they're playing like they did in the Australia Cup, they could have a great season, and it doesn't matter about the kit. But yeah, for me, unfortunately, they're going to be the first team in the C tier. Up next, Melbourne City, and they've gone with a bit of a boring kit, in my opinion. It's just that plain sky blue. They've added a white stripe down the middle. I don't know. It's pretty basic for me. I'm still tossing up whether I should put it between C or D. And for now, I'm gonna put it in C. Very well could change by the end of this video. I'm not a massive fan of this kit. So for now, we're gonna leave it in C. But I don't know. It's just very basic. Melbourne City, they should be kind of testing the boundaries. Obviously, they've got all the money in the world through their links with Manchester City, but they've just gone pretty basic with the kit, in my opinion. Like, I'd like to see them experiment more with their kits. Their away kits, they've done something different each time, but the home kit's very, very basic, very, I don't know, very bland. The more I'm talking about, the more I'm putting it in D. It just doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me to look at all. So Melbourne City, you're going down to D. Sorry. Next up, Melbourne Victory. I feel very similar with the Melbourne Victory kit that I did with the Melbourne City kit. They're not pushing any boundaries. In my opinion, it's just the kits aren't getting any better for Melbourne Victory. The chevron just feels like it's getting lower and lower every year. I'm not a massive fan. Look, sure, they like using the big chevron. I'm not going to go against that. But for me, it's too low. It feels like you've got the chevron like halfway down the sleeves. Like, just start it at the top. Have the nice V. Have, if you have to have the kit manufacturer inside the chevron, who cares? But for me, it's I'm not enjoying it. I'm gonna actually put it in D. Both Melbourne teams for me are going in D. I'm not a fan of either of them, and I just can't fathom putting them above D in my opinion. Next up, we finally got a good kit. Newcastle Jets. In my opinion, maybe one of the best kits in the upcoming season. I'm putting it in S tier. I think Newcastle Jets have dropped an absolute banger. Obviously, thrown it back. They've gone for that 20th anniversary vibe, kind of like Brisbane Roar. And I think they have absolutely hit the nail on the head with this kit, the Newcastle Jets. I think it is an absolute banger. The gold, the red, and the blue that link in with the sponsor in the middle as well, with the Inspirations paint sponsor. I love it. And I don't know, it's just a nice kit. I Newcastle Jets, if they're playing anything like their kit this year, they should be in for a crazy season. But that's their first kit in the S tier for this season. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of that Newcastle Jets kit, because for me, that is, well, pistol resistance. It is absolutely beautiful. We go from one of the better kits in recent A-League memory to Perth Glory, who for me always kind of underwhelmed me with their kits. You know, last year I think I put it as one of the worst kits I'd ever seen. I really wasn't a fan of the bright orange with like just splattered all over the purple. This year it's a little bit better for me, but it's still a C tier kit for me. It's not going any higher than that. I'd probably put it above Macarthur if I was to order them in this way. But yeah, it's nothing inspirational for Perth Glory. I'm not a massive fan of it. The sponsor doesn't really add much for me. You know, it's a basic kit, but it's probably better than the two in D tier in my opinion. I just can't put it any higher. Probably could put it lower, but we need more in C tier. So Perth Glory is going to stay in C tier for me. I know a lot of people they, they probably like the Perth Glory kits a lot more than I do. I don't know. I've never been a fan of the Perth Glory kits, and it's going to continue this season. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Next up, we're going with Sydney FC, and I'm gonna put it in C as well. It's just a pretty bland, basic kit for Sydney FC. If I was a Sydney FC fan, I wouldn't bother about buying this year's because it is basically the same as last year's. Like that's my thought process through this Sydney FC kit. There's not a whole lot difference. I do like the cuffs and the collar a bit more, but it's not worth, in my opinion, spending that money to buy a whole new kit when it's basically the same as last year's. Macquarie sponsor, yeah, you know, it is what it is. It's nothing major difference between last year and this year's. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm trying to take the Western City bias out of this, but it's very bland, and I know a lot of people think the same, so I know I'm not alone in this, but yeah, nothing very special. Can't go above C for me. Next up, second team from New Zealand in this video, Wellington Phoenix, have dropped a very yellow kit. It is basically all yellow. I'm very disappointed because I was a big fan of their kits last year, Wellington, but it's just very, very bland. Just yellow and black. I do like that they've gone all black with, you know, the sponsor, the logo, A-Leagues, and the kit brand, but it's gonna be another one in C. I'd probably put it above Macarthur and Sydney. Probably put Sydney above Macarthur as well, to be honest. But yeah, I'd probably put them both above Perth as well. So that's probably my ranking in C. Yeah, look, it's yellow and black. There's not much happening with it. I would have liked to see a bit more of, you know, that Maori, that Phoenix pattern on it. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not a massive fan of it. Sorry to Wellington fans. Down to our last two kits, so make sure you smash that like button and subscribe before we end this video. But next up, the Western Sydney Wanderers have gone back to that all red base with the black hoops across it. I'm probably a bigger fan of this than the all black with the red hoops. So I'm going to put this up in BT. I'm a pretty big fan of this Wanderers kit. Look, they could have been a bit more done in terms of, uh, you know, linking like the badge and the sponsor and everything. But I don't mind it. I probably would put it middle of B tier. I don't think it's anything outrageous, but I do like it. As a Wanderers fan, got one on the way. Watch out for that when it arrives. But the Wanderers kit, you know, it's always the same thing, really, isn't it? The red and the black hoops. I do like the red base more than the black. So, you know, there's not a whole lot of difference between this year's and last year's other than that. So middle of BT for me. And the final kit for the 24-25 kit rankings, maybe we've left the best to last, and it is Western United, who have dropped an absolute heater, in my opinion. A lot better than last year's. I didn't mind last year's. A lot of people, probably hated it on it a bit more than I did, but I didn't hate it. This year, though, it is an absolute heater. The green and black stripes down the kit with the kappa going down the side. Absolutely beautiful. I'm putting it in A tier. Not above Newcastle Jets. In my opinion, Newcastle Jets was better. But it's an absolute heater nonetheless. It is a beautiful kit by Western United. Definitely a top 2 kit for me this season. Hopefully that translates on the pitch for them in the upcoming season, because that kit deserves to be a part of some great football. So there we go. There is my A-League home kit rankings for this upcoming season of the 24-25 season, 20th anniversary of the A-League. It's getting closer and closer. We're only a few weeks away from it getting started. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on this video if you have enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts on my kit rankings down in the comments below. Let me know if you think I've got some absolute stinkers in there, or if you agree with my kit rankings as well. But thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll see you very soon.